Good morning. Good morning. This is Rise Up Men Monday. So, we're talking about the power and purpose of a man. So, Rise Up Men Monday is just to give you words of encouragement and better understand why I said that God is calling men back to the rightful position. All right, it says here that God designed and equipped the male to carry out every purpose and function he has been given. Many men are still wondering why they exist. Yet the creator of men did not leave us guessing about who the male is supposed to be and what he is designed to do. So, we're going to be looking at what God designed the male to do. So Proverbs 19:21 for the vital truth. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Many are our opinions of what man should be, but the Lord's purpose is the only one that counts. And this purpose is the key to our fulfillment. That is why sometimes we find ourselves wanting and longing for something that we never feel quite fulfilled or completed, because there's some emptiness that we are dealing with that we have not found the fulfillment to fill it with. So we first need to remember that God creates according to the requirements of his purposes. In the previous chapter, we learned that God desired to have influence, gave Adam dominion and influence over the planet throughout mankind. And so he created man, the spirit, in his image, and then placed the man into physical houses, male and female. So God created man in his own image, in the image of God. He created him, male and female, he created them, which is in Genesis 1:27. So what we have to understand is that there's elements of the male's purpose. And I'm going to share those with you today. So the purpose of the male may be summed up as this: priority, his position, and his assignment. So priority refers to the man's order in creation and what this means in regard to his reason for being. The position refers to the environment and place in which the man is to carry out his purpose. Assignment means the functions or tasks that the man has been given. So the order in which the male was created gives us the first indication of his reason for being. Why did God make the male first? It was not because the male was better, but because of his purpose. When you think about it, God really made only one human being. When he created the female, he didn't go back to the soil, but he fashioned from the side of the man. So that's found in Genesis 2:21-23. Only the male came directly from the earth. This was because the male was designed by God to be the foundation of the human family. The woman came out of the man rather than the earth because she was designed to rest on the man, to have the male as her support. So when we're looking at what the priority refers to, it says that, he created the man first because he was supposed to be the foundation. All right. So what did Jesus describe as our foremost priority? What we're building on? We have to go to Matthew 7:24-27. He said in the effect, now some of you are building on sand. Your building looks good, but I don't care how good your building looks. If your foundation isn't right, there's going to be a great crash. Paul said no one can lay any spiritual foundation other than the one already laid, which is 1 Corinthians 3:11. Who is the foundation? Jesus Christ. So God does not think of foundations in terms of only concrete and water, but also in terms of people. So God created the man first because he was to be the foundation of the family. And he also had priorities, position, and assignments. So we got to understand when I say God is calling men back to their rightful position, it's the foundation. We have to be on firm, solid foundation. Okay? And then that is why when God began to build the human race, he began by laying the foundation of the male. God placed males at the bottom of the entire building of humanity. This means that society is only as strong as its males. So if the males don't learn what it means to be a strong foundation in God, then society is sunk. That goes for America, Canada, Russia, China, all the nations of the world. If the male leaves the home or if he neglects his responsibility, you have a house built on sand. It becomes very difficult for those windows to stay intact. You know, the children of divorce know what I'm talking about, because then the kids, the foundation is gone from them. So they don't tend to be in order. They don't tend to listen like they do listen to the male. When the male man has cracks and faults in the structure of his life, then the whole building is on shaky ground. Now, men, let's talk. This is the year you must decide to get yourself on solid ground. For as the man goes, so goes the family, society, in the world. Take a look at the condition of our societies and nations right now. How do you think the men are doing? With all this violence and killing going on? Come on now. Why do you think it's important for men to go back to their rightful position? Why is it important for you to become that solid foundation again? Oh my God. The foundation has to have the first priority because everything else will be built on it. So if that foundation is weak, that means that house that you're building, that structure that you're building, the family that you're building, it's going to be weak. If you're shifting and wavering, it's going to do the same thing. Again, when God made the male first, he wasn't saying that the male is more important than the female. He was saying that the male has a responsibility. He has a purpose to fulfill that is just like the foundation. Even though the foundation is important, it's not more important than the other parts of the building. So the foundation can't perform all the functions itself. For example, it cannot protect the occupants from the weather. Okay? It said, but then the rain comes. The foundation can't keep you dry. Only the roof can. It's the same way with the human family. The foundation is crucial, but the rest of the family is essential also. So remember that the foundation is often hidden. I don't see the foundation of my house anymore, even though I was involved in the discussion about it and watched it being dug, because the foundation is considered the slab. Your house is sitting on the foundation, the slab. And that slab got to be strong because it got to hold up everything else that you put on it. However many rooms you put on it, it has to be there. So we're looking at that today. The priority. And that's because you are to be the foundation. That is why the man was made first. So I just need you to let that rest and sink And then next Monday, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the male's position. Be blessed.